Welcome to another episode of the 151 Collective. I am your co-host, Zack Mo, aka Diet Peach Snapple.
And I'm your co-host Collector, aka JG Wentworth.
1-800.
No.
Call JG Wentworth. 877 cash now.
That's the one.
877 cash now. 877 cash now.
877 cash now. Call
if you
now.
Don't know, now you know.
It's because we were talking about that Sears commercial earlier.
Gotcha.
So it popped into my head, an old 90s commercial.
JG Wentworth. It's not. JG Wentworth wasn't. They're still relevant.
Early 2000s. Yeah, but who gets TV commercials anymore? You have TV commercials? You watch regular cable?
I watch New York 1 when I want to see the weather in the morning.
Why, bro? You got a phone.
Because I also want to know what's going on in my city.
All right. Well, I don't watch TV, so
I watch New York 1 just so I can see what's going on. I got to know if the subways are running properly. I know I can just look at everything up on my phone, but I like watching Pat Kiernan.
All right. I'm not gonna hate on you for it. I just don't watch TV. I got everything I need in the palm of my hand.
I'm old
now
that way.
My refrigerator as well, which is very strange and scary technology.
Last time I went to AC with the boys, we woke up and I put on New York 1 on my phone and everybody made fun of me.
You're streaming local news on your phone.
It's my process of waking up. I watch New York 1.
All right.
Shout out Pat Kiernan. And
he's an avid listener.
Yeah, Pat Kiernan. He's from Canada.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, Patty K.
He's from Calgary.
Calgary Pat, they call him.
Calgary Pat. Yeah, exactly. That's what they do. Also, I fucked up because it's not called Diet Peach Snapple anymore.
Oh man! First, you fuck up the 1-800. No, what is it called now?
It's called
Peach Snapple Zero.
Zero Sugar Snapple.
Zero Sugar Snapple. Probably because it's not politically correct to say diet.
Well, I mean, people buy it. They see my weight. And they go, "Oh yeah, he's not Ozempic anymore." Yeah, whatever.
Burn to yourself.
Boy.
Well, I got a question for you, my friend.
I might have an answer. I don't know.
Everyone has been blowing up my DMs in Discord.
Sure.
Join the Discord, by the way. Everyone's been blowing up my DMs in Discord.
Whoever's listening to this,
no,
we're from the Discord.
No. This is going to get 1 million views.
Okay.
And they've all been wanting to know, how was Zack Mo's week in collecting? And I'm like, I don't know, but I bet you he'll let you know on the podcast.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because
at least I'm not the one disappointing them.
Well, at least we're doing an episode. And not disappointing.
You could have quit.
You could have. Well, I mean,
why would I quit?
I don't know. My week in collecting. You know, you asked me earlier if I had gotten this stuff from stream, and we talked about it, and I was confused. Never mind, I'm confusing myself. It's too hot. I didn't collect anything. I got some new shit for my desk. Some little organizer things that clip into each other so they can be however many you want, which is pretty dope. So I got that. I got a 7-inch screen, which I thought was gonna help with chat, but I was trying it last night with API. It's still very tiny. So
yeah. Can you? Really is it a touch screen?
No.
The one I have is touch, and you can pinch to zoom on it. Try. Okay, we maybe should do this off air, but how is it running chat?
What do you mean?
How is it displaying chat on the monitor? Is it showing your entire live?
No. So what I do is, because on the TikTok Studio app on PC, you can pop out the chat and move it wherever you want it to go. So I just take that and I put it there on the 7-inch monitor.
Okay. And the 7-inch monitor running as a spare monitor to your laptop?
Yeah.
So you can try hovering the mouse over that monitor, holding control and moving the scroll wheel up, and that will zoom for you.
You can also hit control and plus sign. That'll also zoom for you at
either
increments.
Way, give it a try.
I'm pretty sure I did. and I think it only scales to a certain amount. I don't remember. I can try again. Like right now, I have the notepad open on it for when we do our ranking. I already have it set to
Oh,
go,
nice.
and I had to make it a little bit bigger because
I'm old school. I have my New York one pad and paper.
I wish I had a New York one pad and paper. New York one is the shit. So yeah, so I collected those for my desk. I also got um some more wire management shit. Got these Velcro strips. Um, I do need to get a setup for my i5 Create. I believe, pretty sure that's what it's called. i5 Create dock. It's kind of just like hanging back there. I need to like position it somewhere and have it like stabilized.
Some command strips would solve that issue.
Command strips would solve that issue, but I got to figure out where I want to put it. Well, when I got my new monitor, the big monitor, and I use the arm that I got for it, I can set it up right up there. Yeah, that kind of works.
Yeah.
That works.
Pretty much a genius. What can I say?
I'm really gonna quit. So yeah, I did not collect anything else. What'd you say?
Nothing.
What about you? Did you do anything? Because I didn't do shit.
Personal collection wise, oh yeah, I got a Brute Bonnet from Stank on stream. Shout out Stank. He pulled a Brute Bonnet, and I traded him a couple packs for it. He ended up getting worked, unfortunately. That's the way she goes. But that was a new Kamiya for me. Believe it or not, it's like one of the only modern, like semi-expensive, like more than 50-cent Kamiya cards that I didn't have. So that was really good.
What is it? Hardware?
Yeah. It's so sick. It's such a great card. So I got that. I got I think last week I mentioned I got the SGC Bulbasaur. Yeah, I remember showing it off. I finally cracked that and put it in the Kamiya binder.
Did you see the Bulbasaur coming out in Legends ZA?
No. Oh yeah. Oh, not in. Yes, I saw it in Japanese.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That was the only leak. I saw that one. I saw there was a Vulpix.
I don't know if that's Legends ZA.
That's what I saw. And Jimmy Shu said, yeah, it's true.
I don't remember what set it is, but there's been several leaks that have come out. We have a lot of insanity going on. We have the Mega Zard set coming, the Mega Rayquaza set coming. I don't know if it's a Legend Z to A leak or what. I don't know how they're classifying Legend Z through A yet, but there's a lot of craziness coming in the near, not too distant future.
That Bulbasaur is gorgeous, and that Vulpix was fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And there was another one, I don't remember what it was, but I didn't care too much for it because I don't remember what it was.
Well, Pokemon like the illustration of Pokemon has really turned a corner since like SV4, I would say, like Paradox Rift era. They really started knocking it out of the park. First one, well, I take that back. The Magikarp was a home run. There's a couple like the Ralts Gardevoir, the Ralts Curlia Gardevoir line from SV1 was really good. The Slowpoke was really good. There was like a few from SV1 that I really, really liked.
All the way, the lines from how they evolved, I enjoy. The starter lines.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like Skeledirge and Florigato and
neither am I, but I like the continuation of the cards.
I like the Skeledirge SIR a lot. The other ones I'm not really a fan of.
What about little Fuecoco?
No, yes, Fuecoco I like a lot too. I'm talking about the SIRs.
Okay.
So the Florigato and the Quaquaval. I like Fuecoco a lot. And Crocalor is fine. I mean, Crocalor, in my opinion, is kind of like they could have done something else, like Fuecoco.
Card-wise or?
Yeah, card art-wise. Okay. Because Fuecoco's in the shopping cart, right? And he's like super cute in the shopping cart. And then Crocalor is just making a mess of the shopping cart. And then Skeledirge is outside of the market. So there could have been some other transition, in my opinion. They could have done him like at a checkout lane or something like that, or like a counter.
Well, maybe Crocalor is just a moody teenager.
Yeah, maybe. But the card art was lazy, I think. Like, when you look at the Ralts Curlia Gardevoir, it tells a very clear story of that Pokemon growing up. Same with like the Snowy Charmander from Generations.
Well, yeah, that's obviously
that line
both
is
of them are growing
incredible, right? And there's other lines too, like the 151 Squirtle through Blastoise, phenomenal. the Charmander, the
Blastoise.
Charizard. I know
That blast.
these are great lines. I
Yeah,
feel
also
like
the Charmander and Charizard.
yes, Bulbasaur's cool too, but it's not as cool. I don't think.
My
But
eyes
I
are
feel
really
like
bad, so it's
I
hard
feel
to
like
find
the
it.
Fuecoco line was like very lazy, just with Crocalor. I love Skeledirge and I love Fuecoco. Crocalor's a little boring, I think. But anyway, what I was saying was I think Pokemon turned a corner with the way they illustrate cards, and they really dove deep into it. It's crazy because when we talk about Pokemon coming out, like these cards have been illustrated for a very long time. So they really just crushed their prediction, however many years ago, about these cards being very, very successful. Because these aren't rares are phenomenal. And Black Bolt, White Flare. What did I just ping? You're like
No,
adjusting your headset.
because you got closer to your mic, so
Oh,
and I had literally just turned my headset up a
all
little
right,
bit.
my bad. I'll stop leaning. I'm sorry if I got softer. Um, but yeah, I mean, Black Bolt, White Flare, the art rares on what are arguably some pretty boring Pokemon, the art rares make that set unbelievable. I mean, it's so fun to open. It's not
How
super
many
hot
are
right
there?
now. A lot. There's like
Right.
87 art rares or something like that in Black Bolt, and the same in White Flare. I don't know the exact number. It's a lot. But it's such a cool set to open. If you go into it with the mindset of like, I want to master this set very quickly, you're going to have a hard time.
Well,
But
not
if
even
you like,
master. I mean, I guess if you're looking for a very specific card, you could just buy the fucking card.
right, or trade for it. Maybe part of the idea is to encourage trading.
Is
In
that why they
person.
call it a trading card game?
That could be part of it. They might be going back to that. More in-person stuff. They're seeing, Pokemon was seeing events growing, and LGS is getting more popular. Card shows are happening every weekend across the country. There's a lot of in-person stuff happening with Pokemon right now. So maybe that's part of Black Bolt, White Flare
Oh, I just remembered I have to see you.
at con. I forgot. I don't know how we even got onto this exactly, but maybe
You
with the new
got a
leaks.
Brute Bonnet. You got a Brute Bonnet. You like the Brute Bonnet. I said the leaks. You said
Yeah.
Pokemon turned a corner with their arts
Yeah,
at.
with art. And I think that we're heading into what is going to be an absolutely insane several launches. We have the Megazard and the Mega Ray sets coming up. I mean, everybody loves Megas. It's everybody's favorite mechanic. The players do anyway. It's man, we're heading into a crazy time.
So that's going to spike the prices of, like, let's say, evolutions, no?
It already started, yeah.
Yeah.
Evolutions has gone up significantly. All the megas have gone up significantly.
That's pretty mega.
Yeah, and they're continuing to go up. Anything mid-era like megas and tag team stuff is on an absolute tear right now.
Can't wait
The
for, I
market
guess now
shift
it's
for
starting.
singles has been wild in the past 4
They
weeks.
never introduced a terrestrialized mechanic into the card game, did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh no, they did, because Charizard was dark.
Yeah, like just like the
Yeah.
Mewtwo from Obsidian is the easiest one.
Electric, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
or at least for me, that's like the first one I think about. That's
Tyranitar
like,
was also electric.
yeah,
Oh, no, I think of the Charizard, the dark one.
yeah. Um, I Terrestrialize is kind of like whatever. I mean, they had similar features in other sets in the past. Steam Siege introduced like it's not Terrestrialized, but like a dual typing mechanic, and they've tried this a few times, and it wasn't, outrageously
Well, I
successful.
don't know. Maybe
Nowhere,
like 20 episodes ago, I went on a rant about how much I hate terrestrialized
yeah,
Pokemon.
I remember. Um, the the megas are going to be insane. It's going to be problematic in the community, I would imagine.
That's good though. Well, I mean, people are going to be excited. That's always good.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'll get to open a ton of cool product. I think it's going to be a weird time for singles. Singles are extremely, extremely volatile right now.
So everybody should go on
So
like Tinder or something.
yeah, check out what was the one called? Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of fish.
That's where all the Magikarps are.
Good one.
But yes, the market is crazy volatile. I guess I can talk about it a little bit more in a market update, but
Well, why don't we just transfer into that?
yeah, well, yeah. So it's on the Pokemon market, things are at what I would say an all-time high for insanity. A lot of what we collect, like on stream, things that we were opening, a lot of those singles have taken a pretty serious hit. A lot of the modern alt art cards have now started to retrace back to more normalized prices, which is not surprising. It happens with every era. It happened in Sun and Moon. It happened in Sword and Shield. Those are just the ones that I watched it happen in. It's a totally normal part of the sort of journey on, modern singles. The sealed product is still performing exceptionally well, minus the sets that are being printed really heavily still, like Prismatic and 151, because we're still seeing a lot of Prismatic and 151 hit the market in various different ways. Still not as much as, people would hope. It's still kind of hard to find it, but Prismatic was dropped again at Costco. 151 is being restocked at Target, at Best Buy, at GameStop. So those sets, the sealed product isn't performing as strong as some of like the earlier Scarlet Violet stuff, but Paldea Evolved booster boxes are insane. Obsidian Flames booster boxes are insane. Basically any Scarlet Violet era booster box from SV6 back, SV8 back is crazy. Journey Together's
Can you use names?
SV8 was Surging Sparks.
Okay.
Journey Together is doing well too. The only one that's not doing super awesome right now is like Stellar Crown, and it will eventually
That was
correct
before
and do
Searching
very
Sparks.
well.
So that was
Yeah.
SV5.
No, SV5 was Temporal Forces. SV6.
Didn't you just say SV6 was Surging Sparks?
No, SV8 is Surging Sparks.
Oh, okay, so then SV7.
Yeah, 7. 6 was Twilight Masquerade. 7 was Stellar Crown.
There's a ghost behind me.
8 was Surging Sparks. 9 was Journey Together. 10, Destined Rivals. 8.5 is Prismatic Evolutions.
Gotcha.
So again, later era stuff, right? I guess Shrouded's not like super valuable either, but duh.
Well, Shrouded hits.
Yeah. It actually did well this weekend on stream. I just don't like the set, but that's okay. So while we're seeing all these modern singles retrace, right? We've talked about this before on the podcast. I've talked about it a lot in the course of my discussing the Pokemon market. The money is leaving modern singles, right? If you think of this sort of ecosystem of the Pokemon market, there's a market cap. I'm going to make up a number. This is completely fake, but let's just say there's a, $1 billion market cap, right? And we have $100 million coming out of modern singles. That $100 million is not leaving Pokemon. It's going back into other things. And right now, those other things are Megas, Gold Stars, Shining cards, and XY era booster boxes, Sun and Moon era booster boxes. I mean, these items are on an absolute tear. We have things like the Gold Star Charizard literally 3xing in price in 4 weeks. Gold Star Charizard PSA 10s are selling for $50,000. This is like a $15,000 card a month ago. All the Gold Stars are going absolutely crazy. Gengar stuff is going absolutely crazy.
When
Tag
were
team
Gold
stuff is going.
Stars made?
Gold Stars are from like early, what we would call mid era. So like right after Vintage, we got into Gold Star territory.
Okay.
They were 2002, I want to say. Let me look it up.
Well, all the Neo Genesis came out in like 2001.
2005, Gold Star Rayquaza.
Okay.
2005. So yeah, no, after Neo Genesis,
smoking pot, and getting drunk.
That's all. So anything that I classify as vintage is what I would call the WotC era, so Wizards of the Coast era.
Right.
And that stopped after Neo, I believe. And then we got into these sets that just like nobody was collecting during this time, but the sets were like Deoxys, Emerald, EX Emerald, which is what we're getting now. We're getting Mega. We're getting Storm Emerald is what the new one is called. The previous one was called EX Emerald. That was like that's like the throwback that they're giving it to. And those booster boxes, Deoxys and EX Emerald booster boxes, are two of the rarest booster boxes sealed in the hobby. Those are extremely expensive. Those Skyridge Legendary Collection, those are like top tier booster boxes. But I mean, even Vintage is doing extremely well right now. You know, Team Rocket booster boxes have gone up significantly because of Destined Rivals and because of other factors as well. But basically, a lot of money came out of Modern because it got a little bit stale, and you know the populations are very high. It can only trade hands so many times before it reaches a high point, and now that money is going back into, you know, harder to find stuff, things that are much lower population. It's course correcting. I wouldn't be surprised if the Umbreon VMAX tanks a little bit, especially in a PSA 10. That card still doesn't really make sense price wise. The only thing driving the price of that card is demand, not supply.
When you say tanks, how much do you mean?
Probably like a retrace. I would imagine like a 20 to 30% retrace. So on a card that's trading at 2K, you're talking about $400 to $600 retrace on it. Maybe more. I mean,
I still can't afford it, so never mind.
It's possible that it'll retrace more than that. I doubt it, because the demand is just so high, and it's just considered the king of modern collecting. But the population of that card is extremely high. There are many copies of PSA 10.
There's more 10s than there is 9s, isn't there?
It's an extreme. I don't know specifically. I just know that the population is outrageous on PSA 10 Umbreons to command the price that it's commanding. And that's why like some of the art rares that we see right now are so expensive, because the populations are just significantly lower. Things like the Magikarp, for example. Paldea Evolved didn't have great quality control with centering, so there's a shitload of PSA 9 Magikarps out there. That card is very hard to grade in a 10 for centering mainly. And then of course you have all the other things to worry about, right? What if the corner gets dinged, if the edges are fucked up, if the surface has a scratch on it, whatever. But odds are, even if you pull a Magikarp, it's going to have a centering issue, because Paldea had really bad quality control. So a card like that gets a very high, you know, price point, because it's a low population. Even if the demand for the Magikarp is way lower than the Umbreon VMAX, there are just so few of them in comparison to Umbreon VMAX that the price is driven really high. So we're seeing that now. People are putting money into
that
crazy,
just spike?
The Magikarp?
Yeah.
It's hard to say if it was an organic spike or not, but yes, the Magikarp has sold for over $3,000 in a PSA 10 very recently, which is bonkers to me. But again, when the money is leaving Modern, and if you have $100 million leaving, which again, I made up that number, but if there's $100 million coming out of Modern, it has to go somewhere. And if everybody moves to the same spot, which is what happened with Gold Stars, we see these massive swings, and the market just goes sky high. The last time we saw this happen was during COVID 2021. This happened with vintage stuff. And vintage booster boxes are still nowhere near the price they were in 2021, nor are the cards. So what the message coming from a lot of people is, and I agree with this message, is like, be very careful what you're purchasing right now, as far as cards that are currently in the like hype cycle. Anything that you're seeing people like clamor over, if it's not modern, is probably something you ought to be a little bit cautious when purchasing, because the potential for a 40-50% retrace in price is high when we get into cards that have these crazy spikes. So, and we saw it with art rares, right? We saw the Drowsy go up to $90 or $100 raw, and it retraced down to whatever. I don't even know what it's at right now, $30-40 bucks. I mean, that card lost 50% of its value. If you put $1,000 into that card, then you just dumped $500 into the fire.
I just wanted to point out that on Collector app, the Magic Carpet at 10 is currently at 2.23k,
Right. So
2,200.
Collector uses like a 3-month rolling average, I believe. When we're looking at a crazy hot market like what we have right now, most people are using like the last 3 to 4 sold. Which I can find out what they are, or at least close to what they are. No,
And
I
the
don't know why that
Drowsy
happens.
is at $25.
Yeah, so that was $100 card not long ago. It's that can happen with these other cards that are extremely, extremely expensive. These cards that are $50,000, they have the potential to drop back down to $15,000. So I think it's very prudent for people to be cautious about what they're buying.
Well, what you're saying um, argues and is the complete opposite of what I say.
So last sold on the carp that I see was best offer accepted on 2,700. So let's just say 2,500, ballpark it.
Buy high, sell low is what you should
Yeah,
be
that's the
doing.
Zack Mo way. June 23rd, one sold for 2K. That was yesterday. I don't see. There's been so many sold. What happens is like the Japanese one is selling 100 times a day right now because it's way more accessible, and the price is going up slightly on that. But it's like apples and oranges, right? Like, oh my god, that's a $3,000 card. I want to get it in a PSA 10. I'll just buy the $150 Japanese version. There's one here that sold on June 22nd for 140 that has the original $60 price sticker on it. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's like in the picture and everything. Yeah, 21.99 June 22nd. So a couple sold for 2 to 2.2 on the 22nd. It may have hit 3K and then retraced a little bit already. That's how quick these things change. 22.50 on the 21st, 22.25 on the 21st, 22.25 on the 21st again. Oh, here's $1,000 one from Spain. That's interesting. That person got a very good deal. There's a lot. There's a lot of sales that are over $1,000, which is insane for it to even be over $1,000. So, anyway, the point is the market's just moving extremely, extremely fast on a lot of this. On a lot of these sealed, or sorry, on a lot of these singles and these slabs. We're not seeing crazy, aggressive, fast growth on sealed, which, in my opinion, is a very, very good thing. When you're an investor, you want to see things moving like slowly and organically and building value that makes sense over a long period of time. Sure, I would love a windfall gain, but only if it sticks. I don't want all of a sudden something's worth 100% more and then 2 weeks later it's worth 50% less. I would much rather get 1, 2, 3 points a week on these items and just let them build over time. So sealed is still very, very strong. I'm still pretty bullish on sealed. I again would say if your objective is to invest, be careful where you're buying. Try to buy as close to or under market if you're going to keep something sealed and it's just going to go in your collection. The lower you can buy an item for, the better. The more room you have for that item to grow. So Destined Rivals is a little bit difficult to predict, right? Like it's bottomed out, one would say, on TCG Player at like 252 or something like that. I might be off by a couple bucks. It may have dropped a few dollars more or raised a few dollars more, but right around $250 is market price for the Destined Rivals booster box. That's without taxes and shipping and everything. It's a modern booster box. The odds of it getting reprinted are pretty high. Will we see a reprint large enough to drop the price? Maybe, So do you hold on a product like that? It's very difficult to say. My theory has always been the same from day one. I just buy the product when it comes out and I put it away and I forget about it. And
Until you
whatever
need to sell it.
happens, well, I haven't really sold anything for my sealed collection. So
Well, once in a
maybe
while,
like,
you pull out something to sell to
yeah,
somebody.
like a premium collection. I haven't ever sold any cases for my personal collection or any of my. So I have in my personal collection has grown significantly because I'm a full-time streamer and I'm very plugged into the Pokemon market. I have one of every booster box from Sword and Shield forward, one of every ETB from Sword and Shield base forward, and then I have a case of every booster box in Scarlet and Violet. I have a couple cases of Sword and Shield booster boxes. I have ETB cases of all the specialty sets. I have every prismatic item in a sealed case. I have many other items that I think are strong for the future in sealed cases. Charizard UPCs, 151 UPCs, Terrapagus UPCs, Greninja EX premium collections that came from GameStop. These are all items that I just bought when they came out, set them on the shelf, and I just
Do
forget about
you
them.
keep these in the office or at home?
They're in a safe place.
Where's that at?
It's
And what's the address?
they're actually stored in multiple locations. It's too large of a collection to keep in one place. But the
I'll
sealed
find them.
collection is, for me, the theory is buy it, forget about it, wait. Sealed for me is long term. It's like having a 401k. Singles and slabs are, because they're so volatile, they're way more fluid. They're in and out. I buy them when they're cheap, I sell them when they're expensive, rinse and repeat. Unfortunately, there are some things that I sold recently, like within the last 6 to 9 months, that still haven't dropped to a good price for me yet. Like there's still like some things I've lost on. I sold a Gengar for, I had bought a Gengar for 1,200, a PSA 10 Gengar for $1,200. It dropped like a week after I bought it. Like I think I didn't even have the slab in my hand yet, and it was selling for like $700. And I was like, this really sucks. Like I'm getting totally cooked on this. So I held the slab. I loved it. Not a huge deal. It could stay with me forever if it needed to. But I saw the market go back up on it, and it was selling for like 1.3. And I was like, well, I've been sitting under this for a long time. Let me just dump it because I don't think it's really going to go higher than this again. And so I sold it for 1.2, which is exactly what I paid for it, which wasn't a big deal. I had the card for a long time. I enjoyed it for a long time. I sold it for what I paid for it. Didn't lose anything. Anyway, fast forward to today, which is maybe 3 months after I sold it. It's selling for 3,100. So I lost pretty bad. I lost potential gains on that card, but
You tie.
it is what it is, right? Like I didn't lose.
Well, I mean, look at the Pikachu SIR I sold. I sold it for very little bit amount of money. I think it was like 100, maybe 120. And then in the following weeks, it jumped up to like 400 fucking dollars.
Yeah, and now it's probably like 80.
Well, now it's in a PSA 10, so I don't know about that.
The Japanese
No,
one?
Zack Mo. Yeah, don't grade it, Zack Mo. It has a print line. Okay,
It does.
collector, I trust you.
It does have a
I
print
sell
line.
the card. I sell the card, and then I get told, you got a PSA 10. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
310 in a PSA 10. Less than what it was worth raw. Still going for 200 raw though. Yeah, you lost on that card pretty good.
Yeah,
A little bit
whatever.
worth.
I
A
need
little
it.
bit. Well, no, you did better than my Gengar because what did you pay for the box? Like $100, right?
Maybe less than that.
Yeah, it might have been like 90 or something. You broke
Yeah,
even basically. It was a similar experience for both of us.
you know I'm not actually salty or mad
Yeah,
about
and I'm not
it.
salty about the Gengar either. Like these are just things like this is part of what investing in slabs and singles does. You have to time the market, and I don't like any asset where timing the market is more important than time in the market. That's not how trading should work. Time in the market should always beat timing the market. And when you have an asset like slabs or singles where timing is crucial, it's a gamble, it's not an investment, which is
Mhm.
fine. I have a part of it as my portfolio. It's extremely risky and that's okay. But as someone who has a significant portfolio of sealed Pokemon product, or at least significant to me, I'm way more keen on collecting sealed stuff. And right
I
now,
have
the state of the current market proves yet again that collecting sealed, if you are planning on investing, is a far better option. Apologies for cutting you off.
no, you're okay. I was cutting you off. Um, I just wanted to say I had one thing sealed, and it's one thing that I will never open. I don't even know if I ever told you that I had this sealed.
No, I don't know about it. The only thing I knew was the prismatic ETB that you sold, I
So
think.
I have a base set ETB from 1992,
Sick.
and I'll never open it. But
Yeah.
you know,
1992 base set ETB is crazy.
Yeah.
What sports team is it?
It's just cards of my birth in 1992. Just me, little old me.
It's actually just like a memory book of
I didn't
you
say
in
it
the
was a
hospital.
Pokemon base set. I just said it was a base set from 1992.
Yeah,
It's the Zack Mo first set.
I feel like that was like a very long rant on the market. I'd like to move off of market and talk about other Pokemon stuff, but I do feel like it's really important to address right now because anybody who listens to this podcast,
I
they're
always think even if you do go on these long rants, there's somebody listening, even if it's just one person. They're learning and they are probably very appreciative of the information that you're giving them because not every time that when you're streaming can you go into full detail like we can here.
right.
Like here we
Yeah,
can seriously focus on it. On stream, you're ripping, you got your mind's a bunch of other places. Here you can seriously focus on it. So it is very informative and it's informative even to me, even though I joke around and I fuck around. I'm still learning shit.
yeah.
So no, don't ever apologize for going on long rants about the
All right.
market.
Well, that's my market update for you. It was a long one, but it was I think a very important one because of the state of what we're seeing right now. Things are crazy. Be careful. Most people who listen to this podcast aren't even in a position to buy a $50,000 slab, myself included. So the Gold Star PSA 10 stuff is probably not part of the equation for you, but it's a very good example. And if you look at things on a smaller scale, it will be happening on a smaller scale with other cards as well. Things will get pumped to very high numbers, and you're going to lose if you buy at a super, super high number. It's inevitable. I mean, there is a ceiling. We don't know when that ceiling will be, but there is a ceiling.
Maybe coming soon, WWE3. Let's go to the highlight.
Yo, that reminds me. Come back, put a bookmark in WWE. Go ahead, highlight your week for
I
a
don't think
highlight.
you heard what I said though. I said
WWE 3, and then I missed the rest.
WW3 is the ceiling. World War 3 being that.
Oh, it's over. That's what I read on a tweet
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, makes. I'm just making a joke that the apocalypse will be
I
the
saw the
ceiling.
craziest photoshopped picture from the Iranian media today. Did you see this?
No, I didn't.
Look, you guys know if you're a listener to the podcast, I never get into politics, but there's this crazy ass picture of a fighter jet, an F-35 maybe, I don't know, and like people surrounding it, and the fighter jet, the scale of the photoshopping was done horribly, horribly wrong, and the fighter jet is like 15x the size it should be, and the people are like tiny little blips next to it. The cockpit would fit
Oh
like
man,
150 people. It's so funny. And it's like I don't know if it was just a meme that somebody in the US made or if it actually came from the Iranian media or what, but it was fucking hilarious.
that's awesome. I'm gonna go into our highlight.
Yeah, please
Um,
teach us about a Pokemon.
Let me take my glasses off.
Yeah, so you can read
So
better.
yeah, I don't ask. We're doing 445. 445 was requested very early, meaning yesterday, by King
Yeah,
JB.
dude is on it. He's ready. He's ready for the podcast any
He
moment.
does it every Monday. Every Monday, King JB is in there. At Collector, at Zack Mo. This number, this typing. Can you? I like to keep you on your toes. What Pokemon are we doing at 445?
445. Oh my
Yeah.
god, bro. 445. It's Gen 6 XY era.
I think it's Diamond and Pearl.
That'd be Gen 4. 445. I don't know. I'm gonna cheat though.
I mean, there's no point in even asking.
Huh.
So we are doing Garchomp
Yeah,
since
that's
he
actually a
cheated.
fire Pokemon to do a highlight on.
Now Cynthia had one,
He
and
is Gen 4,
that
by
was
the
my
way.
Pokemon highlight. I'm kidding. Um, Garchomp was designed by Takao Uno. Uno? I don't know how it's pronounced. It's
I
UNNO.
don't know.
Uno, maybe. Although the Garchomp in Poke Park. What the Poke Park Wii Pikachu's Adventure and its sequel, excuse me, has no notch on
Hey,
its
yo.
fin. He is referred to as male. Okay. Uh very important information. We go over here. Origin. Garchomp appears to combine traits of dinosaurian kaijus, wyverns, aircraft, and different species of sharks. It may also reference land sharks, recurring creatures in fantasy settings. Garchomp also shares I need to get closer. Also nope. Also shares with various species of sharks, noticeably the hammerhead, obviously, because it does have the hammerhead. Um Hammerhead shark. Its ground typing might also be a reference to ground sharks or sand sharks. It
You
may
remember
also be
Street
based.
Sharks?
Yeah, when I first read
Bro.
ground sharks, when I first saw that it said ground sharks, that's immediately
Street
what I
Sharks
thought.
was so good.
Immediately, that's what I thought.
I'm gonna rewatch Street Sharks tonight.
Fuck yeah. It may also be based on uh theropod dinosaurs, particularly and I earlier when I was reading this, I had it down of how to pronounce this. Karkaro.
Koro.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're reading, but Koro is a comic book from Japan, a Pokemon comic book.
Particularly, it is based on the Karkarodontosaurus.
Koro. Oh, you're talking about a dinosaur.
Yes.
Okay.
Whose teeth are often compared to the great white shark because they're serrated. I guess, fossils, they found their skulls and they found their sheep. You mean their sheep? Their teeth were serrated.
They found Garchomp skulls?
Yes. Garchomp's aircraft traits may allude to Curtis's P-40 Warhawk fighters. These were the first ones that they started putting the shark heads on and shit like that. And were often referred to as desert sharks. Mega Garchomp's skull-like head and scythe arms may be based on traits of typical Grim Reaper depiction. Interesting. Name origin. Garchomp may be a combination of the Japanese name Carcharius, Latinization of the Greek word for shark, Carcharius. Yeah, I got that right. Carcharius.
Sure.
Look at me. Chomp, and possibly gargantuan. Cynthia had one.
Cynthia's Garchomp. It's one of the chase cards in Destined Rivals.
Professor Sycamore had one.
Very timely. Garchomp has a Mega, so I'm sure we'll see a Mega Garchomp come out when we get all these Mega cards.
I'm not a huge fan of Garchomps.
I love Garchomp.
Look, I don't. Maybe it's the arms for me. I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, bro. He's like a cooler version of Scyther.
No, Cleavor is a cooler version of Scyther.
Cleavor? Holy shit, bro. You're cooked.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of
Cleavor is cooler than Scyther?
Clearly, I'm just being a fucking troll.
Bro, that is the craziest take I've ever heard. Scyther's already sick. Scizor is also extremely cool. Garchomp, in my opinion, slightly cooler.
I do like the hammerhead.
Yeah, dude's a fucking shark with like crazy Grim Reaper arms. Garchomp's fucking sick.
Yeah, whatever. So I guess female and male have different ridges on their heads.
Yeah, that checks out.
Oh, there was something else. Why didn't I see this when I was reading that? Because I did read this earlier. They are the only pseudo legendary with a difference in female and male.
Very interesting.
I did read that earlier. And I don't know where it went.
We should have saved Garchomp for mid-July during Shark Week.
There's some others we can do.
Yeah, we'll have to do a different shark.
There it is. Garchomp is the only Pseudo.
Pseudo.
I said it right the first time when I first said it.
When you weren't even reading it, you said it.
Pseudo legendary Pokemon that have gender differences. In an early Japanese trailer for Pokemon Platinum, a prototype front sprite is seen that is different from the final sprite. I wonder what that one looks like. I'm gonna Google that.
I am as well. Oh, no
Garchomp.
way. He's like orange. Oh, it's super dope.
Platinum trailer.
I can share the screen for anybody who's watching. Just Google search Garchomp beta sprite. Here it is. This orange one. Whoops, this orange one right here. Not leak my entire
that is interesting.
email address. I think it's dope. This thing right here is a little sus.
What thing?
This blue fin on his underbelly. But he also looks pretty sick. Sus. He's not a hammerhead though. I like the hammerhead. Hammerhead was a good choice.
I do like the hammerhead. I agree with that. I do like the choice of hammerhead. Wow, do you see the other two?
Yeah, those are the sprites. So this is.
No.
Like, oh, the other two.
About the same thing.
I don't know. Oh, Gibble and Gabba, you mean?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, they're terrible. I see it now.
I don't know. I kind of like the second one. It's a cute little dinosaur.
I think it's a cooler version of Gabite. Gabite kind of was ass. That's what I was just going to say. I love Gibble, but I think Gabite's kind of like lazy. Gabite's just like Garchomp with like one or two features taken away.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I always get them confused. Like
Gabite and Garchomp.
Pokemon Scarlet. Yeah, in Scarlet and Violet in the Area 0. I always get confused of who I'm looking at.
Garchomp's fire, in my opinion. A lot of really cool Garchomp artwork. A lot of cards that Garchomp is featured in, even though he's like not the main feature. I love Garchomp. That was a cool choice.
I definitely wouldn't have hated this this orange guy.
Yeah, no, we would have grown to love him.
Well, that's all we would have known. So
yeah. All right. Thank you for your Pokemon highlight. I have to say this before I forget. Mick Foley did an interview recently, and he announced that in 2028 he is fully retiring.
Which means we have some more matches.
So he's doing 30 Years of Hell in 2028, which is 30 years from the Hell in the Cell match, the iconic Hell in the Cell match. And he's doing some event for 30 years of Hell.
No, well, that was 1997 King of the Ring.
It says 2028. I don't know how the timing works. It says 30 years, 2028, whatever. Maybe it's 2027. I don't know. Either way, he said in the interview, he said he's going to fix his teeth, take off the flannel, and disappear into the shadows. Crazy fucking sign off.
I saw his daughter once at a mall.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no clue what Mick Foley's daughter looks like. I may have seen her once too. I have no idea.
She's a pretty lady. Where is it?
I don't know. I don't know what you're looking for, so I don't know where it is.
I'm looking at my Funko Pops. Where the hell is it? I do have a signed Mick Foley Funko Pop.
Oh, that's dope.
And I don't see it, so I can't show it to you.
That's all right. I believe you.
No, it's not all right. Because where the hell is it? It should be right there with the other wrestling ones. Whatever. It's somewhere. I have one. He signed it. It does not say Zach. I don't know what the fuck it says, but cool. Signed.
A retirement tour in 2028. But he was supposed to do a 60th birthday match in 2025 this year, but he's got like health shit going on, I guess. He hinted at a retirement tour in 28. This is an older article before this most recent interview.
If you're listening and you were not familiar with the icon that is Mick Foley, he was also known as Mankind, Dude Love, He is the hardcore legend. Cactus
Cactus
Jack was
Jack,
another one. Um,
Socko.
if you ever seen footage of, if you definitely know Mankind. You've seen Mankind before. He wears the mask. Um, Undertaker took him off of a Hell in a Cell and just threw him onto a table.
We talked
And
about this, I
by
think,
God, yeah, definitely.
in the episode with Kevin.
But we've gotten some new listeners since then.
Yeah, sure.
I'm pretty sure we have. Um, off the top of my head, I don't think Annie was around for those ones.
Could be.
And by God, he was broken in half.
My God.
God before me, he's broken in half. Mick Foley is a complete hardcore legend in the wrestling world. One of my favorite things about him, aside from the King of the Ring match, he fought Vader in Japan.
No, you mean that the Hell in the Cell match?
Hell in a Cell. What did I say?
King of the Ring.
Well, that was the name of the pay per view, so I wasn't technically wrong. He fought Vader in Japan, and he had gotten Vader threw him into the ropes, and he had gotten twisted into the ropes, and he was choking. Ropes were twisted around his neck. He lost a fucking chunk of his ear.
Yeah.
He who was it? I don't know if it was Mick Foley or if it was Vader. Somebody's eye literally popped out of their fucking socket during the match.
My God.
It might have been Vader. I can't remember who. That just came into my head.
Yeah, well, regardless, Mick Foley is an absolute legend. Put it on your calendars. 2028, we might see Mick Foley. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to go.
If it's anywhere close to here,
they got airplanes, bro. I gotta go.
No, I don't have airplane tickets.
Last chance in my life to see Mick Foley wrestle. I gotta go.
I saw Undertaker once.
Fire. I have not. I've never been to a wrestling event.
Well, I would say let's go to SummerSlam, but I think you have things.
Hub in Chicago for System.
Is it the same weekend?
I don't know.
We'll look into that.
Yeah. I'm very excited for that show, by the way.
So am I. Even though I'm not going
insane.
with you, but I'm going to be at MetLife.
Yeah.
I'm System of a Down for the first time
ever. Extremely, extremely excited. That's like a once in a lifetime. At our age, given the age of System of a Down, I don't think this is going to come up again.
It's like the Beatles doing a reunion tour.
Nah, bro. I mean, like, to me, they were as impactful as the Beatles were on me. The Beatles are. I'm a huge fan of the Beatles. They were extremely impactful on my life. But System of a Down was also extremely impactful on my life. I still like. I know all their music, so I'm very excited.
And what's your favorite song?
Pogo, maybe. I know that's like ridiculous, but
Pogo.
Yeah.
Mine,
or maybe it's called Bounce. I don't remember what the name of the song is called. It might be called Bounce.
What's your favorite song? Bounce, pogo, pogo, I don't remember the fucking name.
Pogo, pogo, bounce, pogo, 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 pogo.
I would say mine is Aerials.
Top choice.
But I also really love Lost in Hollywood, which I feel like is
it's a great song.
Underrated. Yeah, I feel like not a lot
Needles
of people...
is another killer song. Prison Song is killer. I mean, they have
Aerials hits me. In a way.
Did we talk about Warped Tour last week? I think we probably must have, right?
We did. We talked.
Yeah.
No,
August Burns Red. Did I talk about August Burns Red covering?
And Toxicity? I turned it to August Burns Red makes me horny. We did.
Okay. Yeah, it was so sick. I like go back and watch the video. Also, I don't know if I knew this at the time, but all of the footage of Van's Warped Tour is available on YouTube. So just search like Washington DC Warped Tour 2025, and you can see all the performances that were.
I watched the
MGK.
No, the band that you enjoyed.
Simple Plan, Slaughter to Prevail.
Slaughter to Prevail, thank you. Wow, I can't believe that. It didn't come to my head. I watched their sets.
That guy's unbelievable. Alex Terrible is a wild, wild human being.
There's a video. I gotta ask Darian to send it to me so I can show it to you. Of this guy screaming, singing. And it sounds like it's not it is Alex Terrible. Gotta find the fucking video. if you search Alex Terrible, I think maybe like Raw or something like that, or God damn it, what was the? Hold on, 1 second. So
Holding.
he
Odds are I've seen this video. Like I'm pretty versed on Alex
well, I mean,
Terrible's
if
YouTube
people
stuff.
haven't,
There's a few like very viral clips of him. One is him like explaining his singing technique, and he sounds like a fucking demon. He's just like in a room doing raw vocals. And another one that's extremely viral is when he's on stage and he just cuts all the audio and just puts the mic down and screams, and you can still hear him in the audience.
he's so fucking good. I gotta find this. I'll find it and post it in on the Discord.
There you go.
Um, his vocals are absolutely insane. That you
Yeah.
like, especially in this one video. Like I never really noticed it, but in this one video, it sounds like he has two voices coming out of his mouth.
He's yeah, he's otherworldly. Him, Will
But
Ramos.
what's
I mean, there's only a few people
Will
that.
Ramos is very good, but with Alex Terrible, it's like it's coming out at the same time. Is
Yeah,
what I'm trying to
he's
say.
insane.
It's like
It's
he
like
has two vocal
Mongolian throat
cords
singing.
coming out at the same. It's fucking insane. I gotta
There's
find this video.
really cool videos of him. If you don't know who Alex Terrible is, just like do some YouTube searching on him. There's very famous viral videos of him practicing wrestling because he's also an MMA fighter. He's practicing wrestling against a bear, like like an actual bear in the woods. And there's growling in the video, and it's actually Alex, not the bear. And it's
That makes
insane.
sense.
The dude
That tracks.
the dude is a monster, bro.
That
But
definitely
yeah,
tracks.
watch all the Warp Tour stuff on YouTube if you didn't get the chance to. And I am clearly visible at one point or multiple points of the Simple Plan show. So we'll do a Where's Waldo. If you send me a screenshot of me in the Simple Plan concert crowd, I'll send
You
you
know what?
something.
I was going through my photos the other day, um, and I had found it in my favorites. It was this was a fucking while ago of you, when you accidentally walked on that one girl streaming from the
Oh
show.
yeah, Don Diego.
Oh man, hold on. I think I have it like
That's pretty funny.
readily available. Hold on, bear with me.
I do remember that. That's fine. When you're doing that, I'm gonna get the Pokemon generator ready. All default. All.
Maybe I
Present,
saved to
share
my
screen, share.
You know where I did have it? I think when I went to
Wait, no.
people, I apparently have a lot of screenshots of you because you came up.
Creep. What type are we doing? Did you choose a type from Discord?
I gotta repost this in the Discord.
Yeah, you gotta put it back in Discord. We can't see it. I know what it looks like because I've seen it many times, but
That
you'll have to
shit
put it in
cracks me
Discord.
up. Hold on. Let me look at Discord and I'll choose one.
All right. I'm ready. I got any evolution, default form, any gen, and
Grass.
have we
It's the
done
first one I
grass?
saw. I feel like we've done all of them.
Yeah, I guess we have at this point, right?
Did we do? Right. I mean, I really feel like we've done all of them.
We should make somebody go back and watch and tell us if there's one we've missed because I'm not the one. All right, here we go. 10
I
grass
can't listen
type.
to my voice that many times.
10 grass type Pokemon. Blind ranking. Blech. Trevenant, number 1. Number 2 is Bayleaf.
Okay.
I feel like we did do this because I remember ranking Bayleaf. Kartana.
Grass might have been like one of the first ones we did.
After Kartana, we have Dolive. After Dolive, we have Deerling. After Deerling, we have Lombre. We definitely
Ducky, why did you say grass?
We got Ludicolo, and I said Ludicolo, and you're like, what did you just say? Bulbasaur.
Hold on.
All right, let me know.
Go.
Rillaboom.
I
Executor.
apologize for my co-host.
Let me know when you're done, Executor. There's only one
Go.
left. Shiinotic.
Yep, I don't hate that.
All
I
right.
also found the video, and since it's on YouTube, I don't think there's a copyright, so I'm gonna play it for everybody.
Well, who cares if we get a copyright strike? Can you share screen?
Yeah.
You want me to stop the
You're
share?
sharing screen right now. We're in the middle
Alright,
of doing something. I meant afterwards.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll share the screen again. Takes 2 seconds. There we go. Shiinotic's still on the screen. Ready?
Yep. Number 10, I have Dolive.
Trevenant.
Number 9, I have Trevenant.
Kartana.
Number 8, I have Shiinotic.
Bayleaf.
Number 7, I have Lombre.
Dolive.
6, I have Kartana.
Deerling.
5, I have Deerling.
Lombre.
4, I have Bayleaf.
Shiinotic.
3, I have Rillaboom.
Executor.
2, I have Executor.
I have Rillaboom.
1 is Bulbasaur.
Obviously.
Now run 15.
All right. No discussion necessary for that. 15 grass type, fully evolved only.
There really isn't.
Or all? I never remember.
No,
this.
fully evolved.
All right. 15 grass type, fully evolved, battle party time.
Doing 6. He's going to read
Pick
them off.
6. Meganium, Venusaur, Sceptile, Calyrex, Whimsicott, Hydrapple, Ferrothorn, Unremarkable Sinistcha, Kartana, Flapple, Cacturn, Ludicolo, Superior, Shiinotic, Serena.
Hear me out.
Hey, yo.
The only one I'll ever say that to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, I'm not gonna take you. I'll take you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Same. Ready. I think we're going to have 5 that are the same. That's my guess.
Venusaur.
Yeah, of course.
Calyrex.
Yeah, of course.
Hydrapple.
Yeah.
Ferrothorn.
No.
Ludicolo.
No.
Serena.
No. What the fuck? I have Meganium, Superior, and Kartana.
Well, guess who we're asking?
Chat YPT. Damn. I thought you wouldn't pick Hydrapple, but of course you did. I can't believe you didn't take Meganium. Meganium's like triple OG.
Meganium sucked in the games, so I'm never a fan. I was never really a big fan of it. But I open
Meganium, Kartana, and Superior versus Ferrothorn, Ludicolo, and
Katana.
Serena.
Not Katana, Kartana. And Superior.
Yeah.
Versus. Repeat
Ferrothorn, Ludicolo, Serena.
Ludicolo. And. Who wins? Just give me verdict. Wow, that was real simple. Ferrothorn, Ludicolo, and Serena win.
All right, cool. Let's generate 15 of any type. Are we running this one more time? It's a pretty fire list. We don't always do this, but I was disappointed in both grass type lists. We got Superior.
Wait, we always do this.
Do we? Superior, Passimian, Quillfish, Luminion, Ambipom, Incineroar, Gudra, Simisear, Kangaskhan, Empoleon, Koraidon, Slitherwing, Kricketune, Throw, and Deoxys.
Normal Deoxys,
Yeah, normal Deoxys.
not some weird looking one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Mm, 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 mm.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right, I'm good.
I'm
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
I had to finish.
Who's your first?
Superior.
I did not take Superior.
You took it last time. Incineroar.
I did not take Incineroar.
Koraidon.
I did take Koraidon. I crossed out Incineroar and put Koraidon instead.
Empoleon.
I have Empoleon.
Gudra.
I have Gudra. Damn. That was a sleeper pick, but you knew about it.
And Deoxys.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I have Incineroar and Superior and Koraidon. No, wait. I mean, sorry.
No, yeah. Incineroar and Superior.
Versus who?
Slitherwing and Kangaskhan.
Superior and
I think
exactly how it sounds. Yeah.
I think it really depends on the order because Slitherwing takes Superior.
Versus Slitherwing and Kangaskhan.
Kangaskhan.
Superior and Incineroar run.
All right, cool. Let's play that video that you were talking about. ChatGPT stuck, dude. I can't gaslight you into thinking you lost ever again.
You never have taken
since the inception of ChatGPT.
Well. Usually I have to fight you on taking the loss.
Well, I mean, what am I going to do? ChatGPT is like our overlord. I don't really have a choice.
Viking one take. That was the fucking thing. Thanks, Darian. All you said was Viking. Okay, 1 second.
I wonder if we do get a copyright strike, what happens? They take the whole video down?
Yeah.
Was you just edit this part out? In case we get a copyright strike after this, I've been JG Wentworth.
I have been Zero Sugar Snapple Peach. Where the fuck is it in present?
Yeah. Present, and then on the very bottom, share screen. Present.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yep. Put it full screen.
Понимаешь только язык меча, что ж, так прольется кровь, так прольется кровь. Мой язык безвкусный станет железом, чтобы говорить, Понимаешь только язык меча, что ж. Понимаешь только язык меча. Что ж, да, я understand where you're touching blood. You notice that I am from the same flesh. I understand that we are the same. You notice that we're so disco, we're so bad. Let the blame to talking, so my tongue became. His mind is going, his eyes are covered in the firewoman. His mind is going, his eyes are covered. Do you understand that we are the same blood? You notice that I am from the same flesh. We're on the side. We're on the side. You notice that we're so disco, we're so bad. You understand. You understand. I am from the same side. You understand that we're on the same road. We're so disco. We're so bad. Понимаешь только язык меча. Что ж, так прольется кровь. Так прольется кровь. Мой язык безвкусный станет железом, чтобы говорить.
Right there is what I was talking about with the double.
Говорить. Понимаешь только язык меча. Что ж, он за свой primal. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Amazing.
Yeah, the guy's unbelievable. He sounds literally identical live. It's unreal.
Fucking amazing. I saw the one video of him starting to sing and the security guards turning around like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So good. And if you don't enjoy metal music, I'm sorry you listened to that.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you left after you heard the first second or two.
Yeah, because that was fucking deep.
All right. Well, it's been another lovely episode.
It has. And we can that's always fun. Ending it with a song, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe a new segment. Possibly
New
a
music.
new segment. New music Wednesday. Monday would be better.
Yeah, it is what it is. New Music Wednesdays. New I'll come up with a word.
Well, in the meantime, I've been Collector, aka JG Wentworth.
I've been Zack Mo, aka Diet Peach Snapple. Thanks for
Follow, like,
listening.
subscribe, tell your mom.
Follow, like, subscribe, tell your mom. Hit the notification button so that you know that it is live.
We're so
Follow us.
fucking good at this, dude. We're so good at this.
I can't
We're
tell
gonna
that
be-
sarcasm.
We're gonna be millionaires from this podcast.
I don't like you. If you listen on Spotify, make sure you hit follow and you set it so that you are notified when we go when the episode is out. Because sometimes I'm at work and I'm a little late to tell you, and I get a bunch of at Zack Mo Martins, specifically from my Guardy. I'm bored.
All right,
When are you
rant
gonna put it
over.
out? Love
This
you
will be
all.
up tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.